金色ラブリッチェ。
The next day, Sunday. To be crystal clear, the fact it was another day off was horrendous luck. A number of problems had arisen and... Come in.
Oh.
I had no choice but to invite this guy over.
島くんが来てるってマジ？マジモンのマジであの島くん？
ちらっと見たけど間違いないよ。私は去年から何度も大会見に行ってるもん。
島棟梁さん、スポーツ新聞で見ました。うちの県からついに出た球界の歴代でもトップクラスの逸材だって。
へえ。
なんで島くんがこんなところにっていうか。
どうして市松さんのお部屋に？
We escaped the noisy outsiders in the foyer and hid in my dorm room.
部屋片付いてるんだな。
Yeah, I guess.
変な感じ。お前の部屋って小学校の時からぐっちゃぐちゃのイメージしかないわ。
Not as huge of a mess as yours.
まあな。あ、マリア・ビショップのポスターまだ持ってるんだ。
Shut up! Doesn't hurt anything, does it?
いいけど。あ、おい、前に見た時よりブヨブヨしてるぞ。テンション上がって舐めたりしてないだろうな。
I'm not. It's super humid here since there's a lake nearby.
そうか。
You may face your Nichiro poster and say, Nichiro-san, I am going to practice. Please watch over me when you do your morning stretches, but don't lump me in with you.
あれは大事な儀式なんだよ。
Oh man. Shima Torio. My childhood friend. I hadn't seen him since summer break, around 4 months ago, but our conversations were the same as always. Maybe it really was because we were childhood friends. I honestly didn't want to talk to him anymore though. Why is that? Frankly, I didn't feel like seeing him today either. It was just unavoidable given how things worked out yesterday. Not after he suddenly turned up out of nowhere.
おい、待てって。
I have nothing to say to you.
待てってば。
Let's go, Reina. I pulled them both by the hand and dashed toward the dorm. We had successfully gotten away, but...
待てってば、オーロ!
He followed after us.
いた！
見ない顔ですが、何者です？
この領へ無許可で忍び込むのは、現在日本では首相官邸に忍び込むより無謀かと存じますが。
誰この黒服さんたち。
あらあら、お客様ですこと？
お騒がせしました神成様。ただの侵入者のようです。
腕を取って日本警察にでも引き渡しますかな。
は
Ah, wait! I obviously didn't want my childhood friend's arm to get lopped off. Later, Mina-chan suggested we settled the matter by talking it over. And that brought us to this moment.
なあ、昨日のあれ何だったの？ノーブル学園ってお嬢様校とは聞いてるけど、あんな怖いボディーガードまでいるの？
That's a major exception. Don't ask, it's a pain to explain.
おう。
ですから姫様、これは市松殿の個人的なことですゆえ。
でもオーロのお友達が来ているのでしょ。ご挨拶したいわ。なんだか揉めてる様子でしたわよ。やっぱり私が無理やりノーブル学園に招いたから、昔からのお友達は混乱させてしまったのかしら。その辺も合わせてお話ししたいわ。用事はキャンセルできたでしょ。行きましょう。
お待ちください。島殿がいらっしゃったのなら、姫様が というか他の誰かが間に入るべきではありません。市松殿と島殿の間には何人も入ってはならない事情がありますよね。
そういえばエロいな。あなた、あの下郎の昔の事情には調べがいっているのでしたわね。
図らずも。
お話しなさい。気になって仕方ありませんわ。
しかしこれは市松殿の。
命令よ。下郎も聞いて隠したがるとは思えませんわ。エル、私からもお願い。何か問題があるなら知っておきたいわ。
心配した。いなくなったって聞いて、おじさんとおばさんに聞いても教えてくれなくて。
Well, yeah. It'd be a huge hassle if Sylvie's invitation to Noble Academy got leaked to the public, so my parents had been sworn to secrecy. As a result, nearly none of my friends on the outside knew that I was currently at Noble Academy.
高藤から聞いたんだ。
Among my old group of friends, Takato was the only one I'd spoken with recently. I hadn't mentioned Noble Academy, but I had brought up Jogasaki's name. He must have pieced together that we were at the same school.
まさかとは思ったけど、一応見に来てみて。よかった。会えて。すごいな、オロ。ノーブル学園ってめちゃくちゃ偏差値高いんだろ？
Yeah, well, I studied.
そうなんだ。
In reality, I hadn't studied at all, since I had plenty of time to kill after what happened this summer. I shouldn't have said it. It was pointlessly nasty. There was no point in even saying it to him, and yet, even though I'd had absolutely nothing to do this past summer, it wasn't even his fault.
あの島くんがすぐそこに。どうしよう、会いたいよ。せめて握手だけでも。割とガッチちゃんで好きなのね。だってイケメンだっつってんじゃん。ほら見てこれ、見て。見たよ、その写真なら前に。新聞のやつでしょ。かっこいいよね、これ。去年県内の大会で決勝を完全で決めた時の写真。キャッチャーの人と抱き合っててさ。ねえレイナ、このキャッチャーの人、マスク脱いでる途中でよく見えないけど、
It's Odo, isn't it?
この口元って。これって。先輩ですか？
市松殿はかつてここの隣町の浜南学園で野球部に属していたのだそうです。ポジションはキャッチャー、捕手と浜南の主砲、ピッチャー島東亮とバッテリーを組んだ一番の相棒だったそうです。いなくなっただけで島殿が調子を崩し、今年夏の大会ではまともに機能しなかったほど。
バッテリー？
はい、野球には詳しくないのでよく存じませんが、簡単に言うとですね、野球というスポーツはピッチャーというポジションが勝敗に直結するほど大事なのだそうで、そこに島殿がいたから浜南は全国でも有数の成績を上げるほど強くなり、しかし同時に非常にナイーブな仕事でもある。島殿の実力を完全に引き出す相方が市松殿でした。そして市松殿が野球部を辞めたことで、島殿、ひいては浜南学園は勝てなくなってしまったのです。
へえ。オーラ、とてもすごい仕事をしていたのね。
おそらくは。私は野球に詳しくないので細かくは分かりませんが、人の癖や心理に鋭敏な市松殿の才能が捕手という仕事の中で 島殿の助けになっていたのは間違いありません。
夏負けたわ。
I know.
あ、だよな。あの頃はまだ学校こっちだったもんな。完全にスランプでさ。
Did you stay properly hydrated? You can be so thick-headed, and you always got heat stroke a couple times each summer.
ああ、お前が管理してくれないとすぐ。実は夏休みの練習で何度か。でも一応試合の日は気つけてたよ。千恵香ちゃんも言ってくれたし。ただ体調は万全でも、やっぱりさ、ボールの方が言うこと聞かなくて、ストライクが入らなくなっちゃって、1回戦の1回から5点もいかれちゃってさ、みんなも一気に集中力が消えちゃって、1イニングに5点も入ったの生まれて初だった。途中からもう向こうが無理に振ってくれたから止まったようなもんで。お前の代わりの捕手、佐々木先輩になったんだよ。覚えてるか？
Yeah.
あの人悪いキャッチャーじゃないんだけど、やっぱどうもさ、思いっきりカーブかけると絶対取り逃すし。
That's because you don't have a steady curveball and you think it'll magically work out as long as you keep it away from the bat.
すまん。佐々木先輩にも取れる球をって投げるとどうしてもキレが甘くてさ、カーブが使い物にならなくて。ほら俺ストレートは160出るけどカーブなしじゃ武器がないだろ。で結局ストレートオンリーじゃさ。
Even if you reach 160 kilometers per hour, it'll fly as long as a metal bat makes contact.
佐々木先輩の配球だとストライク取りに行くのもバレバレだし。
That's what caused your slump?
一番は言い訳させてもらうと、監督もひでえよな。こっち投げれなくなってるのに全然変えてくれないの。晒し投げっていうのかあれ。
That's your fault for not being able to pitch.
分かってるよ。言うなよ。冷てえな。昔のお前は俺がスランプだったり球が乱れた時はすぐに近寄ってきて、大丈夫だ落ち着けって優しく言ってくれたのに。中学3年間一度だって1イニングに3点以上は出さなかった安定感はお前がいてくれたからだろうな。
Dunno. We hadn't talked in a long time, but everything he said rang hollow. There was no way around it. It was boring to listen to a man's idle complaints. As far as I was concerned, this was done and over with.
お前がいなきゃダメだった。お前の配球とお前の的、何よりどんな球も絶対取ってくれるお前がいること自体が俺の自信だった。
I see.
だからさ、オーロ、できたらなんだけど、俺ともう一度。
I can't. I answered immediately. I belong to Noble Academy now. I can't go back to Hamanan.
でも
Say I go back, then what? You want me to work my butt off with a baseball club? If I went back now, I'd just lead the second-string lifestyle, then retire when next summer comes. On the other hand, my future career prospects are practically endless if I stay here and graduate from Noble Academy. I'll be able to become a stable civil servant at the least. I have no reason to go back, that's all. Maybe I was a little hasty. Either way, I told him exactly what I wanted to say yesterday. Since yesterday, I knew that this guy would suggest something to the effect of, "Let's play together again." That was why I thought up how to reject him. I more or less knew what he would say, how he would act, and what he was thinking. since we'd been in a battery together for years.
ノーブル学園が相手じゃ分が悪いってのは確かったわな。
Yeah. There was no academy that would better serve my future than this one. In terms of self-interest, I had zero reason to leave this place.
でもプロに野球でプロへの道を目指すならここより絶対に浜なんだぜ。
He had a point. Noble Academy didn't put any effort into baseball. If I were to devote my life to the sport, then a school that frequented national tournaments like Hamanan would be best. However, that's only for first-string players, and the exceptional ones at that. The ball boys in second string never make it pro.
お前ならすぐまた一軍に戻れる。保証する。
Not happening.
できるって知ってるだろ。うちの野球部でお前より上手いやつなんて一人もいなかったんだから。
Fair point. Based on the abilities I witnessed at Hamanan in those days, this guy was the number one athlete pro scouts focused on. And I was number 2. Of that I was confident. But it's second string.
そんなことないって。そりゃちょっとなまってるかもだけど。
They'll dump me in second string, rusty or not. The coach will never let me into first string. The coach's word is absolute, and ability is irrelevant. That's what sports are. As long as baseball is a sport, I'll be in second string. That's all. I have no reason to return to Hamana.
そうか。まだ恨んでるよな。俺たちのこと。俺のこと。
It's not like that. It made me happy to hear I was your source of confidence. I believe you will go pro in the future and that you will become an athlete that brings in a comfortable 100 million yen salary. To be blunt, I even believe you'll make it to the majors. Become as famous as you can. Then when you write your autobiography, remember what you just told me. Write, once upon a time, I teamed up with the ultimate catcher. Come on, you've got team championship photos from elementary and middle school, don't you? Once with the two of us side by side, you can use those too. If I'm going to be involved in the sport of baseball anytime in the future, it's only in those photos. Torio fell silent. I knew it would end this way. He'd never beaten me in a verbal argument even once. I absolutely knew it. Go back. You snuck out of practice, I assume. Torio sluggishly stood up.
そうだ。夏ひどいこと言ったの謝りたかった。あの時はまだ千恵香ちゃんのためだったって知らなかったから。悪かった。裏切り者とか。
Don't sweat it. I did betray the team after all. It's one of the reasons I can never go back. He left. We might never meet again. Oh well, that was part of life. I opened the door. Torio headed outside as he rubbed his eyes a bit.
Jason!
Sylvie-san! A princess came kicking her way in out of nowhere.
この人ね、私のオーロを連れて行こうっていうのは。任せてオーロ、とっちめてあげるわ。チェリア
ー！何オーロ、この人誰？あれ？テレビで見たことあるような。
Yeah. We went back in the room.
エルから聞いて飛んできたのは、今オーロの部屋にいる男はオーロをノーブル学園から別の学園に連れて行くつもりだって。オーロは渡さないわよ。
はい。ソルティレージュのお姫様？なんで？
You know her?
有名人だもん。ちょっと前の日本シリーズで始球式やった時の写真、携帯に何枚か入れてるわ。
The way someone from outside of the academy looked at Sylvie was refreshing.
うわ、本当に美人だ。
And this gave me a bit of a superiority complex. This gorgeous lady and I were super close, you know. So you shattered the series' mood rather spectacularly.
申し訳ない。
Allison had tagged along with Sylvie.
島殿が市松殿に接触されたと聞き、事情を姫様に。それで最終的には浜南学園に呼び戻すつもりであろうことをお伝えしたら飛び出してしまわれて。
オーロはもうノーブル学園の人なんだから、連れて行く気なら容赦しないわ。
すいません。おいオーロ、なんでシルビア王女が出てくるんだよ。
We've got a thing going.
あっちの人はあれだよな、シルビア王女の美人ボディーガードで一部で有名なカバリエロさんだよな。
You know her?
ネットで有名だよ。一部じゃこっちの方が美人じゃないかって。
Ho. No, that didn't matter right now. Calm down, Sylvie. This guy's just a childhood friend and he just came over today to hang out. He's going home now. Here, see him off.
そうなの？
はい。
She was good at reading the mood, so she likely inferred that would be the best course of action and nodded her head.
それは失礼したわ。
いえ、それじゃあ。
Torio was getting ready to leave. At the very end, he told me,
オロ、
What?
俺待ってるから。じゃあ。
Yeah. Off he went.
あとシルビア王女のサイン欲しいんだけど、頼んだらもらえる？
Get out of here already.
ちぇ。
There he went. Hoo boy. At some point, a huge crowd had formed outside. Torio was a popular guy and several girls had come by to say hello to him. He was the #1 athlete pro scouts had honed in on, while I was #2, but that wasn't accurate. Even if there were 100 scouts, all of them would have their eyes planted on him and him alone. I bet they wouldn't notice any other member of his team. If there was a #2, it'd probably be me, but I hadn't actually been scouted to go pro in the first place. He and I were always standing on different stages. No golden path had been laid out for me. I went back to my room.
オーロ。
Oh, you were still here.
ええ。あの人誰なの？幼馴染とは聞いてるけど。
Ah, yeah. Like I said, a friend. An old one, that's all. Nothing more and nothing less.
そう。ねえ、オーロ。エルに聞いたわ。オーロ、このノーブル学園に来る前は、さっきの子のいる浜南学園にいて。でも、9月の時点で退学してたんですって。どうして？
I really didn't want to tell her. But El-san should know. She investigated everything about me when we first met. I bet she wouldn't say if I asked her to keep quiet about it. Nah, that was enough. This was a pain. Because I was bullied. I had a tiny screw-up in the baseball club and was demoted to second string. Because of it, our academy lost the first match of the tournament. And so I got bullied by all of my teammates. It got to be too much, so I dropped out of school over summer break.
その言い方は語弊があります。市松殿が監督の意向に歯向かったのは訳あってのこと。それで試合に出さなかったのは監督の強量です。 その結果大会で負けることになったのは市松殿のせいでは。ましてその件で嫌がらせを受けたのはほとんど部員たちの八つ当たりに近いもので。
Elsan.
あ、
I was a failure of an athlete the second I defied my coach. That goes for sports, and especially baseball in general. Elsan was someone who also devoted herself to a sport through fencing. She must have understood to an extent and went silent. The world of sports was more or less an anomaly. That's actually why it genuinely helped me on a life-changing level when you invited me to this academy, Sylvie.
あら。
Thank you, Sylvie. I'm glad I met you. She embraced me. Not a soft, girly sort of hug, but more of an emotional, manly, tenacious embrace.
私はオーラの味方よ。オーラが望むなら、その監督とかオーラをいじめてた人たちみんなひどい目に遭わせてもいいわ。どんな手を使っても。
姫様、それは。
権力とはそういうものよ。無慈悲で残酷で、相手の気持ちなんて考えずに人を押しつぶすわ。オーラが悔しかった気持ち、わかる？
It was the same for me. I was crushed by the coach's ruthless, cruel power. But you don't need to do that. You've already given me more than enough salvation. That's plenty. Thank you, Sylvie.
何かしてほしいことがあったら言ってね。何でも聞くから。
Yeah. Then could you give me an autograph later? I'll give it to Torio.
それくらいなら喜んで。
And also a picture. This wasn't a hug you'd get every day, so I snapped a photo.
何？
I'll show Torio next time I see him, to brag.
市松殿、そういう写真は下手に出回ると御身の首を絞めますよ。
Isn't this much fine? Then, that's all I want you to do for me, Sylvie. You've already done everything I ever could have wanted from you.
さあ。
She seemed to have settled down and let me go. It seemed she had snuck away from some job she had today. She headed back in the afternoon. There were still several people outside, and a few were investigating what was going on. As such, I wouldn't be going outside today. I didn't have the willpower to go out anyway, so I spent the whole day lounging around in bed. Man, there went my long-awaited Sunday. Aw, why had I become so apathetic? All of my willpower had been sapped just because I ran into him. Maybe I still had regrets. Somewhere inside me. Maybe there was something still lingering deep down. Hey! Reina turned up about the time things simmered down outside. What's up?
今の君が必要としてるものを持ってきてやったのさ。じゃーん、コーヒー牛乳。
Ah,
さあさ、ぐいっといきねえ。コーヒー牛乳さえあれば悩み事の99割は片付くよ。
this is a small-time religious belief for you at this point. I took it anyhow. Chuck. Ha.
ど元気出た？
I kinda wish I could have chucked it after taking a bath.
お風呂の後はフルーツ牛乳でしょ？
I really don't get your obsessions. But yeah, it helps. I'm worn out today, so having something sweet helps a lot. I sipped away at the rest little by little. Sweet. Relaxing.
結構ハードな人生を送ってたんだね。
Not enough to be worth talking about. If you were to use the word bullied, then it might sound tough. In reality, it was as run-of-the-mill as it got. If you disrupted the group's harmony, they cut you out. Once you were removed from the circle, you couldn't stick around anymore. Was there even a person alive who'd grown up without a single irrational run-in with misfortune? Mine just happened to be a tiny bit harsher than most. My luck was just the slightest bit poor, that's all it was.
おいで。
Meh? Reina, who had sat down beside me, pulled me in and placed my head on her lap. What's this for?
これはね、膝枕というのだよ。
I know what it's called. I want to know why you are doing it all of a sudden.
いいからいいから。
She gently patted me on the head. Yeesh, she was a tough read sometimes. It felt nice, so it was probably fine. Her toned yet supple thighs felt great. Pleasantly warm against my face. Wait, wasn't this backwards? Her belly was right in front of my eyes. Reina's body filled my entire field of view, and I was being engulfed in this bittersweet aroma. Well, I was happy, so better stay this way. Warm, soft.
懐かしいな。昔はあいつがへこんだ時もよくこうしてやってたっけ。
Certain someone?
ああ、うん。幼なじみ。本郷って言ってね。さっきの島くんだっけ。多分彼よりイケメンだよ。
I see. A handsome childhood friend. That she gave lap pillows. Huh.
モデルになろうとしてたくらいだったからね。長身でスラッとして。まあ本人は胸が A カップから上に行かないって悩んでたけど。
She's a woman?
女だよ。
Oh, for whatever reason I pictured a guy when you said the name Hongo. The word handsome wasn't just for men these days. It got used for women, children, the elderly, dogs and even cats, so it was fundamentally difficult to tell.
そいつがへこんだ時もこうしてあげてた。へこんだ時全部に気づいてあげてれば、今も一緒に遊べてたかな。
I could hear the gloom in her tone. Did that mean Hongo-san? What happened with her?
北海道。中学の時、男っぽいっていじられててね。なんとなくこっちにいるのが嫌になったみたい。で、遠くに行って出直しだって。のけじょんになって農業学校入ったんだけど、牧畜もやっててさ。毎日搾りたての牛乳飲むようにしたら、胸は C カップになったって。
Good for her. Sounded like she was reasonably happy with her life. But Elena had a foreboding look as she spoke of her. When she was teased, you didn't notice she hated it or something?
あれがいじりだったのかいじめだったのか、今でも自信ない。私のこと、どう思われてたのか。
It's not like she ran away from Hokkaido or anything, really. It's not your fault.
わかってるけどさ。
This might be why she was so sensitive to people's expressions. She was a kind person.
だから今度こそ、友達が悩んでるときは、何とかしてあげたいんだ。さあ、もっと甘えろ、オーロ。コーヒー牛乳は足りてるかい？
It's plenty. Enough with the coffee milk already. As long as I had her lap pillow. I curled myself up slightly. My head sunk into Reina's lap in kind. I put all of my weight against her. She made for a squishy, comfortable pillow.
この前へこんでたのもこれ？
Yup. I still dream about it sometimes, about those days. This past summer. Only 4 months had passed since then, huh? So many fun things had happened since I transferred to Noble Academy that I had forgotten. It was only 4 months ago, so I dreamed of it often. The nightmares followed me. The thing about me, I just so happened to speak up. Not that I wanted to talk about it that much, it was so lame. But I didn't stop. Before I knew it, I had apparently found Reina easy to rely on. I wanted to walk a path where no one could be ashamed of me. It wasn't that I wanted to show off. I really didn't want to be a show-off. I wanted to be immaculate. Yes, I wanted to be golden. That was all. That's why I fought against my coach.
何があったの?
Cheering squads are important for gigantic baseball teams like ours, so we had this sort of academy-wide cheering brigade during tournament season. It was customary for the band club to go as well. The band practiced too. But on the day off, several members of the club had a light music contest they were performing in outside of the club itself.
ぶつかっちゃったんだ.
I told them they should go do it, especially when there were other cheering parties around. I said it'd be fine even if all of the band club members weren't present. But the coach worked behind the scenes and said everyone had to cheer, and that it was all part of morale. Every single band club member ended up participating since first thing in the morning.
ありゃ.
I learned this later on, but I guess the coach's hands were tied and a bunch of middle-aged guys from the Booster Club ordered him to make that call. People like that aren't satisfied unless they lump everyone together.
ああ、あるね、古い人は.
I wouldn't accept that and argued with the coach a number of times. I didn't think it was right for the band club members to give up their dreams for us. And when I did, he demoted me to second string. I didn't matter. Losing me, a single player, wouldn't hurt our team's performance enough to talk about. But I was the catcher, and that threw our pitcher, Torio, off his game.
やっぱり変わるものなの?
Not sure. We've been a team ever since elementary school, so I think it was an issue of familiarity. Based on how he acted in our conversation earlier, it sounded like his slump was ongoing. His technique and talent was the best in Japan, but he was a timid guy. Thanks to that, our ace pitcher couldn't throw anymore. He was our secret weapon, so the whole team broke down. In the end, the club lost its first match in the tournament.
そっか.
Ah, not good. I should keep the rest to myself. I didn't want to tell it. But I didn't stop. Everyone blamed me. I just wanted to do the right thing. But that only caused problems for everyone else. Everyone said it was my fault. If only I hadn't done anything. Everyone could have gone to the tournament and it would have been fine. And then I also wouldn't have. Ah, damn it. My vision was getting wobbly. My voice had gotten nasally for the most part too. Reina had probably noticed by now. Man shouldn't cry. It was pathetic. That's not true. But it was no use. I couldn't stop. Reina softly pat my head without saying a word. Then pulled me in close. My face was buried into her stomach. It was a little tough to breathe, but it was best if she didn't see my tears.
よしよし.
Reina continued to brush my head like so.
つらたんだったね.
She was treating me too much like a kid. I guess it was fine though. The feel of her hand was comfortable as it brushed through my hair.
オーロは何も悪くないよ. 何も悪くない. 吹奏楽部の人たちを守ろうとしただけ。それが悪いわけないよ。
Puh, it all fell apart in the end. The band club and the baseball club. They ultimately came to cheer us on without attending the contest. Despite their cheers and encouragement, we still lost. It was the worst outcome for everyone, including the band club. Both fell apart, all because of me. Everyone from the baseball club and the band club, the cheering squad and the booster club too. It was the worst possible outcome for all of them. And it was my fault. Gah.
生きてるとさ、何も悪いことしてなくても嫌な目に遭う時もあるよ。でもそれは運が悪かっただけ。オーロが悪いんじゃない。オーロは悪くない。オーロがやってきたことは全部かっこいいよ。
Crap. I was tearing up even more. It wouldn't stop. The dam had broken on my tears and my emotions. I wanted to play more baseball. I didn't want it to end that way. And the band club, all of them, because of me. It was no use. I wouldn't stop. It wasn't like I'd purposely sabotaged everyone or anything like that. I kept everyone else's feelings in mind. No, I hadn't. Something inside of me, something darker, had come out. I couldn't stop it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. The coach. It's the coach's fault. It's because he screwed with me. Because of his whims that I... And the others in club. They pushed all the responsibility for losing onto me. Who the hell are they calling themselves teammates, damn it? God damn it. Damn. My frustration was growing. Damn it. So many of these feelings I thought I'd done away with this summer were still there in my heart. But I didn't regret it solely due to this frustration. But I understand how the others feel. I took everyone's tournament away from them. I'm not a bad guy. I haven't done anything wrong. But I caused them nothing but problems. Everyone's tournament ended because of me. All of that time and effort they put into practicing their youth was all wasted because of me. Of course they would be mad at me and believe it was my fault. It shouldn't be wrong. I shouldn't be wrong. And yet, then why did it all come to the worst possible end? I didn't remember what I may have said afterward. I probably just kept rambling on in the same vein. I'm sure Reina listened without a single complaint, gently pet my head, and then I kept on grumbling again and again. Over and over and over. Like I was getting everything that had built up inside me out of my system. Again and again and again.
盗み聞きはお行儀が悪いわよ。うるせえ。隣の部屋だから聞こえちまうんだよ。キサキさんとが一番相性良さそうね。やっぱり庶民同士気が合うのかしら。かもな。ま、それでもいいさ。あいつが幸せならそれが一番いいだろうさ。